It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this 5-day multi-stakeholder convening on governance, democracy, and human rights in Africa.
Today and this week we converge in Accra, Ghana to bring again the conversations of human rights in West Africa. And I'm so excited to be part of this convening in West Africa because in this region we are going to discuss human rights again, and especially across the 5 thematic areas for this year's convenings on human rights and education, human rights and climate change, transitional justice, and human rights and elections across this continent.
Climate change disproportionately affects Africa. According to the latest Afrobarometer survey, over 60% of Africans believe that climate change conditions for agricultural production have worsened over the past decade. The African Union's Green Recovery Action Plan exemplifies our commitment as Africans to integrating climate resilience into national development agendas.
Listening to the conversation and how they were unfolding was really mind-blowing and refreshing to me as the staff from the African Peer Review Mechanism. In particular, the topic about communication and advocacy, and it made me think the value and importance of communication and advocacy, particularly having a clear communication strategy which is speaking to different narratives, but also which is addressing various issues to different stakeholders. And I liked how the presenters were really dissecting a good communication strategy, starting with the stakeholder analysis, which is really a good, important, because it informs the kind of strategy and the kind of message that you give to the public.
So the African Lead platform, which I presented, provides access to national, regional and continental laws. Our objective at African Lead is to digitize the laws and policy of the African Union to provide access to this information to the world and Africans generally. What we do is that we digitize the laws and policies of the African governance architecture, and we provide this information available for free on our website, which is updated on a weekly basis.
For me, today's takeaway has been on the communications angle and also for advocacy. When it comes to using AB data for advocacy and all of that, I think that the AB has one of the very simple platforms to use for data analysis and sourcing data for advocacy. And so for me, it's always interesting to go onto the website, the platform, to engage the findings of AB and to use them. And for today's presentations and all of that, I feel the communications presentation actually stood out for me, especially when the presenters shared some of the tools and some of the strategies, even around content creation and ensuring that your messaging is hitting the specific target audience that you are trying to send a message to and all of that. And for me, as someone who engages with the institution of parliament and all of that, I find these very, very good. It will help me to even strategize how to engage parliamentarians, how to engage policymakers in these parliamentary institutions and all of that.